Hello and welcome to Destiny Digits. This is the life path reading for life path number 4. Fours, you're very traditional and orderly. You're very consistent and hardworking. You're like the cornerstone or the backbone of strong family units, workplace organizations, friendship structures. You're just very consistent, self-disciplined, and practical energies. So fours are the builders, right? They don't mind doing the mundane, the same thing every day because they understand that all those small tasks are a part of a bigger story. So the first oracle card we have out here is going forward. And so on this card is a picture of a field with a trail and sun, and it looks like you are walking from the woods, but you're walking into an open field of sun and just lush, a luscious landscape. And so I feel like Spirit is saying what is to come is very green, very prosperous. And you are making your way through the times that may have felt a little shaky or rocky. Next card, we have delight. So you are going forward into the things that delight your spirit, your soul, your mind. You are going into a period of bliss, of joy. And the journey may have been long and hard and uncomfortable. But I feel like Spirit is saying, keep going. Every step you take is a step in the direction that you most desire. And lastly, we have flexibility. So I feel like all that, the things that you really long after are available to you, no matter what it looks like or feels like currently. Just do what you do. Be steady, persevere, push forward. Very soon you will be able to see why all was necessary. And Spirit is asking for flexibility. So when we're in those unknown spaces and territories and things aren't making sense, they're not adding up, they're not looking promising, Spirit is saying be flexible. When things change or don't go as we desire, realize that there's always a bigger plan that we are really not aware of. We kind of stumble into it consciously. And at the bottom of the deck, we have release. And so as you go forward, it is necessary to lighten the load and to leave behind anything that is not helpful to your growth as you move ahead on this path, this journey in your life, right? So, as seasons change, there are certain people, places, and things that are necessary depending on the phase that we are currently in life. But change is promised. That is the one thing we can always count on in life. Something will change. And so you need to be comfortable with those changes. And that may be hard at times because you do put a lot of work and effort into anything you're a part of. And so to release something or someone or a place, you have investments and you take your participation in things very seriously. So nonetheless, realize that things serve purposes. But when our mission is shifting, adjusting, growing, and adapting, we must do the same. So make peace with letting things go, with the understanding that something else will come to take its place. All right, so next to going forward, we have mountains, stand your ground. And so I feel like there are going to continue to be tests. If you feel like you've been tested along this journey, the tests are going to continue, but they are necessary to strengthen you. And it won't always feel like you have to protect what you stand for, but in these times, this is kind of like you lifting weights to build up your muscle and your resolve, right? And so this could be happening spiritually, emotionally, in your connections with others. This could be financially, as you go through shifts with employment, or projects, or just things that you want to birth. But nonetheless, as you go forward, as you continue to walk this path, really stay true to who you are, be authentic. And not everybody will understand why and what you do, but as long as it's true to you, you can release the energies of those opinions and the judgment and the questions and the feedback, and just trust what lies ahead. Next to delight, we have star ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. And so you will receive the most out of this life. You will be most pleased, most fulfilled if you follow your soul, right? If you follow your spirit, your urgings from within. Make sure you watch your soul urge video too. That talks about your motivation, what propels you to do something from deep within. And so Spirit is saying that this delight that is available to you, that is coming up in this path, is you can access it and you can guarantee it if you make sure that you realize that you are on a mission. You have help from beyond the veil. You have help in the physical realm, definitely in the spiritual realm. And when you tap into that spiritual aspect of your soul that has traveled and endured and explored and collected experiences, when you tap into what it is you really desire and love, happiness is endless. Next to flexibility, we have night, be brave and be honest. So I feel like this is a card of strength, but this is mental strength, right? And so sometimes, maybe things in our physical world is shifting and changing, and our mind is trying to rationalize and process it, and things may not always make sense. And so I feel like Spirit is saying, even before what is to come is known and understood, still take that step. Be brave, right? And be honest with yourself and maybe with others if necessary, that maybe the time that you are currently in your life is unknown to you, and you are figuring it out, right? And you don't know what you don't know, but based on everything that you do know so far, that's what allows you to take these steps and trust in what is to come. So Spirit is saying, be flexible with yourself, be flexible with the expectations that you put on yourself and on situations that you are a part of, or relationships that you're taking part in, right? And remember, this is about going forward, but this is also about letting go, leaving behind what cannot go with us, right? So that can be uncomfortable, right? So embrace that, be honest about those feelings, communicate what's necessary, communicate truthfully, right? And just be brave. Just believe in the unknown until it becomes known. Now, we had an extra one come out, and this says drum, dream, and journey. And so I feel like in the end, right, life is a journey. But the beautiful thing is when you have the ability to dream and to have a journey that matches your dream, I mean, anything is available to you, right? So the journey that you are taking right now in this life should look very much like the dream that you have for yourself. And sometimes that can be scary to realize where you are and what you're actually doing. But that's where that bravery comes in. At the bottom of the deck, we have Hermit, retreat, and recharge. So as you release, as you let go, and as you embrace what is coming, really take those quiet moments to kind of shut down everything that's going on within you, and to just allow yourself to feel, to accept, to embrace, to acknowledge everything that is happening within, and then let it go and recharge with all the things and the energies necessary for this step forward that you're taking. Okay? So Hermit is about seeking peace. So when you are uncomfortable, whatever activities, whatever things you do to bring yourself peace, to really comfort you through life's biggest moments and shifts, do those things. First card out, we have Temperance, followed by Queen of Swords, Three of Cups in reverse, Two of Cups. So this is the 9-card spread, and the center card is kind of be our focus so far. So we have one energy. That would be our Queen of Swords, right? This is the energy of somebody that's rational, and they attempt to be clear-minded. They want to see through the fog and find clarity in whatever situation they are facing or up against. This is a no BS kind of energy, very practical, and they honor logic, right? And sometimes this energy can feel a little harsh or rough or cutting, like that sword. But the intent of this energy is to bring clarity and understanding and knowledge and truth to something that maybe wasn't always that way. All right, and at the bottom of the tarot deck, we have, oh, I love it, the 8 of Swords, but it's in reverse. So normally this card talks about, being trapped in your mind, almost like being in prison. Your mind is in prison. You can't get out. You can't clear your thoughts. You can't make sense of anything. But the fact that it's in reverse means that you are coming out of this. And so when Spirit says release, all the things that kept you trapped, all the things that you believed were true about, we'll find out, everything that you believed was true, that kept you stuck and unable to choose or move or decide or accept. Those are the things that you are totally purging yourself from. And that takes a lot of energy, and it takes a lot of work to work through our own stuff. And so that's where this Hermit comes in, to really balance this newness. So in the center, we have the Lovers, and typically the Lovers is about choosing something, right? So when you have two things, or you have an option in something that you'd love to do, we have a choice. Now, when it's in reverse, this could be feeling like we didn't have a choice. This can be feeling like we were just up against a wall. It seemed like something was available to us, but in reality, it was always off limits. And sometimes things are blocked by divine design. We have this angel here on this card. Sometimes, the divine may not allow things to happen or take place in our life because they're not supposed to, right? But we still have free will. We still engage in things, but feeling like you really don't have a choice seems to be this never-ending battle, right? And so we have the Two of Cups, and this is about, sometimes we say soulmate. This is about two equal offers being given to another. And this is love. This is emotion. This is your heart space when we're talking about cups. And so this is about balance. Twos are about cooperation. So this is cooperating and working to love. So working with things that you love. And so when we're talking about delight and following the voice of your soul and your ancestors, this could be a relationship, this Two of Cups, strongly feeling that, because we do have the Lovers here also. And then 10 of Cups at the bottom. But so if this is a situation about love, go ahead and apply it. But if it's about something you love or something you engaged in, just go ahead and try to flip it. Just make sure the energy matches. So there was a situation that you thought was equal, fair, and balanced that you took part in, and you felt that you felt like, it was a soulmate. You felt like this was somebody that you had known previously, right? But when it was time to really engage in this connection, it felt stagnant, like it couldn't move, it couldn't progress forward. And so when Spirit says, follow the voice of your soul, we have a choice even when we don't appear to have a choice, even when it seems like this thing that is in front of us and available to us, it's here, but it's not here, right? We're taking part in something that we really don't feel grounded in, right? So anyway, this seems like something that was never really able to get off of the ground to be something viable or valuable. And so we have this energy of walking away. This is the 8 of Cups. This is, the journey stops at 10, and 8 is only 2 away. So this was something that you had built up to believe was going to be fulfilling. 8 is a powerhouse type of number, right? So you thought that this investment was going to, this connection was powerful. You thought that it was going to amount to something much more, right? But at some point you realized that you had to walk away. You weren't fulfilled, right? And so this walking away energy takes place at night. And so I feel like it was even a struggle to walk away, right? We had to kind of go through this dark place, this thing where we can't see clearly, but we know we have to act. We have to respond to something. And so the moon here talks about things that could be in our subconscious. This talks about things that are hidden, things that we don't know. But nonetheless, we're walking into an unknown space because where we are or what we're doing or what we're involved in it's not good for us, right? It's not aligned with our authentic self. It's not bringing us delight. And we thought it was. But we have to come to this reality that it's not. Now, beneath this 2 of Cups, this soulmate situation, we have a 10 of Cups. And 10 of Cups talks about unconditional love, right? But here it's in reverse. And this is in reverse beneath this 2 of Cups. And so typically, healthy love is no matter what, I'll love you. No matter what you do, no matter what happens, no matter where we go, no matter what we decide, no matter what you say, think, or feel, or do, I'm here for you because I genuinely love you. I love the person, the spirit, and the being that you are. I love all that you represent, right? That's 10 of Cups. You feel that, you build that, you create that, and you grow it in the sense of a family. But when it's in reverse, none of that is true in this connection, right? So instead of being unconditional, loving no matter what, this is conditional. This is about somebody, needing to look good on paper, somebody measuring up, somebody being a certain way or a certain status in order to receive or feel worthy or valuable of having this love, right? And so that's not love. And there's no, and that type of energy will never end. It'll always feel like something isn't good enough, right? It'll always feel like you have to keep measuring up. And so a 10 of Cups in reverse is just this unhealthy form of love. And beneath this Lovers, this not having a choice, there's this 5 of Pentacles, which just talks about being left out in the cold, right? This is just kind of feeling abandoned, not having what you need to feel like you're flourishing and thriving and truly living a full life, right? This is lacking. This is going without. And so I feel like this unhealthy form of love in this connection made you feel like you were on a drought within, right? And then it put you in this space of this 2 of Swords where it's like, you need to make a decision, but your mind is confused, right? I thought that this was a 10 of Cups upright, right? I thought that this was a true choice in love, a true balanced offer. And I invested 8 cups worth of me into this, but it's leaving me feeling lost and out in the cold, like shut out, not good enough, don't have enough, right? And I'm never going to overcome this because guess what? Even if I seem to be good in one way, I may not be good in the next test, that I'm put up against in this connection. So this is needing to make a choice, but not wanting to make a choice. But ultimately, above this Two of Swords, this conflicted energy, this is where we have be brave and be honest. And this is where you had to do that with yourself. You had to do what you maybe didn't want to do or didn't have the courage or belief in yourself to do. And the honesty is about really seeing this for what it is, really diving in and experiencing those feelings that you have, and understanding where they're coming from and why you're having them. And if feelings don't go away, if there's something that's just sitting on you and weighing you down, that's a reason. If you can't shake it, like pay attention to that stuff about people, places, and things. That's your intuition. That's something deeper speaking to you. So when we're talking about following the voice of your soul gives you urges and feelings and flashes of insight, right? And so pay attention to that. Pay attention to what your body is telling you about the things that you're involved in. But nonetheless, above this Two of Swords, you choose to walk away, right? So what made you decide to walk away? Well, above this Eight of Cups, we have the Three of Cups in reverse. So Three of Cups is about coming together for joy and love and celebration and just having a good time. Just pure fun, no malice, no poor intentions, just to have fun. But in reverse, this is about, connections that are superficial, that could just be very flesh based, like just doing them to serve something, for like instant gratification, but it doesn't really give us true depth and joy in our soul, but we just do it to kind of get a quick fix, right? And so walking away was maybe this connection involved others or other things, and that was what you were up against, and you would not have been able to come out of that because maybe that was never revealed to you. But above this not having a choice card, so I feel like we go from being left out in this connection and then deciding that we need to make a choice because there's nothing that will ever come from this, so I walk away. But what got you to this energy of walking away was this Temperance and this Queen of Swords. So Temperance is about balancing the energies within us. That takes us back to hermit, retreat, and recharge. This is about being in harmony with life, with the energy around you, with the situations that you're involved in, but mostly being in harmony with yourself, right? No matter what you're going through, still having peace within so that you can endure and push through the experience, right? And get out on the other side totally whole. Excuse me. So we have going forward, but we need to move forward in a balanced way after we decide to walk away from the situation. And then we morph into this Queen of Swords energy. And so when we see the mountains saying stand your ground, Queen of Swords has no problem doing that, right? And so in the event that she had to stand her ground in this relationship, she did it because she knew that connections surrounding it, or maybe that the other person was involved in, was toxic. It wasn't fair. It wasn't true. It wasn't what was signed up for, right? You sign up for this Two of Cups here, but then I realized that there's a Three of Cups in reverse. There's another energy. There's something else going on here that I will never be able to overcome. And so I've decided to protect me and to follow my soul and to really chase my joy and my happiness. And that means I'm going to be walking away from this. And as I go forward, I will go forward without regret, remorse, unforgiveness. It will be total understanding. But what have I learned? I have learned to stand my grounds in this energy of the Queen of Swords and to really stay true to what I believe in, to what I know. And it is in walking away, but it's also in acknowledging your power to cut things out that are not true to you, that you free yourself from this Eight of Swords energy, right? That's how we get free. We get free by by realizing the things that we believed about ourselves that were untrue, right? We get free by not knowing our power, our strength, and our ability. And so sometimes we can be our own worst enemy in situations, and we can keep ourselves stuck. But the idea is always to come through that, but to still have something left of you once you get through. So this is a journey. You are creating your dreams, and it seems like you have had to go through experiences that left you feeling possibly less than, but you learned to be brave. You learned to be honest with what you were going through, and to be flexible with yourself, possibly others, and giving chances to things and people and places and things, right? Just giving things a chance to really turn out to be something great. But when we realize that they aren't, we have to respond. And so when we walk away, we need to understand how to release what was so that we are in the position to accept what will be. But you have learned to stand your ground. You have learned to be truthful and to be honest, first with yourself and then with others about what you know to be true and right, according to you and what you stand for. All right, fours, that was pretty powerful. Hope you found something in there that you could use. Take care, and thank you for stopping by.